China rally spurred $7 billion in losses for shorts of US listed stocks. Round of applause. Thank you, China. Traders betting against US listed shares roughly had 6.9 billion in mark-to-market losses. Okay, we got some FTD data for AMC for the month of September. Obviously, once again, we are missing some days here, and we're seeing FTDs very, very low on the stock. The only times we saw very high FTDs were back in May, obviously when that rally occurred. You saw them back here, and back here for some reason as well. But overall, recently, we didn't get many FTDs on AMC. But you move over and you look at GameStop, FTDs were actually pretty high for the same period. Obviously, there was more volatility in GameStop with an FTD change of plus 224,518, coming up to the same levels that we got to early June, when we ran all the way up back to about 60 bucks. Also want to note, you come and you take a look at AMC days that are reported. You're seeing the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Obviously, we're seeing something different again. GameStop, you're only seeing the 9th, the 10th. So, off of the 2 days that it's reporting to us for some odd reason, you saw a mass amount of FTD change. Why is this data disrupted? Why is it not accurate? Not sure. Why did sometimes the SEC delay the data that came out to us? Not sure, right? We can just take a good guess. Now, a lot of people freaked out at yesterday's video. A lot of you said it's going down. I'm out of here. Listen, some people don't like to hear the truth. It's just what the chart is showing. I didn't say this had to happen. I'm just saying, looking at it with your own eyeballs, this is what the chart is showing us, and this is going to be a temporary move if the chart is accurate. Okay, AMC is playing out an inverted part of the cycle. It's scaling down. It came up, it chop traded at the top, and it's coming down lower. It's testing support again right around 435. If we don't hold that again, you're going to get that flush down to probably about 420, or this low back here being all the way down. Right, you see this wick down to 404. This is very worst case scenario, and even still, I'm still in it for a squeeze. I assume the ones who panic about this price action have not been in the play for 4 years, right? Overall, once again, yes, we are about here in the cycle, but this doesn't mean that this has to play out, because we have seen other parts of the cycle play out inverse, where AMC could just come back up, right? And then we evaluate from there. But as of right now, this is just what the chart is showing us. And also, there's not a lot of volume here, so it's not worth spending 5-10 minutes covering AMC's chart. GameStop, 2182, down 0.68%. We're looking at the 4-hour time frame. We came down. We actually held support in this floating range right around $20.75. You held it back here as well, and then you got a second pop. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. You can see that once GameStop tested it back here, it came back up and then flushed. We kind of got the same thing, right? You came up, you tested lower, you came up, and then will we get this flush is the question. That'll bring us back down to around $19.90, and then we evaluate from there. Overall, this looks better on a different time frame, but GameStop did hit the top of this channel once again. I'm not sure why it's not adjusted. It did hit the top of the channel. This flag would be drawn out like right above here, hit the top, and got flushed down, got rejected. So we are still trading at the top of the range, and it's just something that we have to watch, which is going to bring us ultimately into the option chain, some numbers. We know that whatever whale bought those January calls are still in them, so we could anticipate something bullish to happen since they are anticipating it. AMC for the week has a ton of calls expiring out of the money. All this premium is being handed over to market makers when this happens, so whoever is buying short-dated calls, you are feeding Citadel, you are feeding Virtu, basically just your hard-earned cash. We're losing on the option chain as well for call-to-put ratio expiring in the money, 1,000 to 12,000. Not a good thing to see. Short exempt still pretty high on AMC as well. GameStop, tons and tons of premium as well going to market makers, 115,000 calls expiring out of the money. Options chain is evened out 10K to 10K. Not much else to say. We are coming up on a major options chain on October 18th with almost 270,000 calls being bet and only 90,000 puts being bet on GameStop. short exempts died down a bit. Now the bank crisis continues to spread. You can see all of these banks not doing too well. Let me know if you guys have one of these banks and are you worried about it. Speaking of banks, we talked about TD being fined by the SEC yesterday for spoofing, but the CFTC has charged Barclays with swap reporting manipulation, including over 5 million transactions between 2018 and 2023, but the fine was only $4 million, which is also a slap on the wrist, just like they did to TD Bank as well. Less than $1 per trade. Are you shocked? No, they are all in bed together. And the $10 trillion asset manager for BlackRock is reportedly preparing for a US dollar collapse. If this were true, this recession would be bigger than 2008 and collapse the US and potentially global economy. Something is happening. Is this true? Is this a black swan event? We're going to talk about the SPY in 1 second, but I want to cover one thing and then I want to talk about HOLO. The United States, September 2024, $50 bills will no longer be accepted in banks and ATMs from this date onwards. Now, before you freak out, this is only mutilated bills or old bills in circulation, whatever. However, banks that are involved in this, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citibank, are all not doing too well. They are all deep underwater. They also gave zero notice on this. On top of that, in 2022, the government printed 756,096,000 of $50 bills, which is the highest the denomination has ever been printed in 1 year in more than 40 years. If you put all those 50s together, you'd have about 37.8 billion or so. And the reason they did this change is for enhanced security features. So they printed a record amount of these bills, then they realized they're not secure to a degree that they want them to be 2 years later. I just figured I would throw this in the video. Drop your theories in the comments down below. HOLO down 4%, trading at 37 cents. I actually like this a lot. It's holding up way more than anticipated. Most of the time you see short squeeze plays have these rallies and then you get that knife downwards, in which case HOLO would smash through 33 cents, come back down to 28 cents. But you can see we wicked down and we tested it and we came back above once again. This higher high, higher low sort of thing that HOLO is doing is actually very, very beautiful. And I am still in a position in HOLO watching for a retest at 41 cents to bring us all the way up to 67 cents on HOLO. That's ultimately something I'm watching next, so keep this one on your radar as well. Still, SPY, I'm actually pretty bullish on. It is holding the 1 on the fib, and we have to watch it. It's not making too many moves today. It's basically sideways, trading at 568. However, if we continue to hold this and jobs report comes out solid on Friday, you are going to get that move up to retest 573.80, and you're probably going to get a full candle to build off of that and start making our way up to that $600 level. I also want to talk about Tesla. Before the Robotaxi event, a trader loaded 8,200 of the $490 calls for next week and paid $1 for each of them. Tesla actually got a gap down, which is what I like to see, only because the Robotaxi event and earnings are coming. If we get a cool off coming into this, you could see a nice pop and Tesla actually, break 260 off of good news and break into a new trading range. However, if not, this is the bear case scenario I had drawn out for Tesla, and so far it is playing out if you disregard the earnings and just watch the charts. This is, again, the bearish case scenario in which medium term, April 2025, Tesla comes back down to around 175 or so. Bitcoin holding up its own. I'm glad it got flushed down and started to hold up. I'm glad it didn't just keep flushing, which is like we saw the most recent time when Bitcoin hit the top of this range. Still bullish on Bitcoin, especially towards the end of the year, towards election. Nvidia, just like we said, got this red candle, came back up. Now is where we see, will it get another rejection tomorrow and come all the way down, fall further? Again, if the jobs report is bad, all of these stocks are going to tumble, including Nvidia, probably down to 107. Last but not least, I wanted to put HOOD on your radar, ticker symbol HOOD, Robinhood. I don't like this company, I'm not going to lie, but doesn't mean you can't make money on it. I think HOOD's chart is actually pretty bullish here. It has respected support levels and broke above resistance levels time and time again, and I think it is heading for a new high, a new relative high. If HOOD comes up and retests 24.30, breaks over 25, it'll come to 27.15, and then ultimately 31.50 is the first price target on HOOD, and this is something that we're watching, especially coming into a potentially bullish season for crypto, a potentially alt season as well. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Plenty of you guys come back and don't subscribe. If you're watching on a TV, make sure to like the video because a lot of people who don't watch on TVs like the videos. videos. Press the third link, join the Discord, come talk with me, come talk with the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long. We have options trading alerts in there. I post my trades as soon as I enter them. Overall, best vibes. Get in here. It's only a coffee a month. I'm not overcharging you guys. The second link under the description alongside the Discord link is for Moomoo. It's a free platform that keeps your money insured. It's a broker just like Webull or Robinhood that you can trade stocks on. However, their advantages are that you get a customizable earnings calendar. You can short as a retail trader. You can trade options for free. And once you sign up and make a deposit, you're getting up to 15 free stocks and earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. So go do that, guys. Use my link, open an account, and make a deposit. It only takes 2 minutes. Last but not least, the top link is for my custom indicator. If you don't have it yet, add it to your TradingView charts. If you have been thinking about trying it for a while now, go get the free trial. It's 2 weeks. It detects patterns, gives you price targets, and forecasts what the stock might do. And you can deal with the time frames so that you get better price targets, better patterns, so on and so forth. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.